Brian, I'm so glad you're here. I had this realization the other day. I don't think I ever officially introduced you to Alex. Alex, this is Brian. Brian, this is Alex. They've been helping me film these videos with you for a couple of weeks. It's great to have somebody to work with. But, Alex, I was thinking, what if today we did more than just film an episode with Brian? What if we made a picnic dinner? My wheat farm is ready to harvest, and I've gotten really good at making homemade bread.
That sounds fun, Steve. Actually, I live near a lake that has some good fishing. What if I bring some fish and we meet back here around 5 p.m.?
That sounds perfect. I will see you then after we spend a little bit more time crafting a new reality.
I love that Steve is going to make some bread to share with Alex, and that Alex is going to catch some fish and bake them to share with Steve. It's kind of like a potluck. Do you remember those back in the before times? Everybody would bring something to share, and somehow there was always more than enough for everybody, even for the people who forgot that it was supposed to be a potluck. I think it's important, especially when the world is flipped upside down, to remember that we have so much, even if we don't realize it. It's important for us to take time and appreciate what we have. What's something that you have that you're thankful for? I think it's also important that we are willing to ask for what we need. If there's something that we're missing, we need to be willing to ask for it from others. What is something that you need today that would help you be better or safer or happier? The interesting thing is that both of those things can be really hard for us to do. Sometimes it can be hard for us to appreciate what we have because all we can think about is what other people have. We can become blinded by the fact that we are so very blessed with so very many good things. We're blessed by our skills and talents. We're blessed by the people in our lives. We're blessed by the physical things we have. We have so very much, but it can be easy to forget, easy to ignore. And sometimes it can be hard to ask other people for what we need. It can be hard to be humble enough to admit that we need something from somebody else, that we can't do it on our own. That kind of humility can be a challenge for us at times. Which of those things do you think you struggle with more? Do you struggle more with appreciating what you have, or do you struggle asking others for what you need? What is something that you can do now to be better at appreciating the gifts that you've been given, or to be better at asking for help when you need it? See, the thing is, something magical happens when we show up with what we have to share, even if, or maybe especially if, it's not much. But if we show up with what we have and we're willing to offer it to others, and we're willing to ask others for what we need, somehow God can take those relatively small gifts and turn them into an incredible offering, and there'll be enough for everyone. Alex, that fish you caught looks delicious. And Steve, you're getting really good at making bread. You're quite the baker. I bet your meal tastes so much better because you both brought what you had. Fish, bread, company, friendship. You asked for what you needed. I think that I'm going to let you two enjoy your supper. I love you both, and I'll see you next week. I want to end a little differently this week. I've been thinking about and listening to over and over this new song that our friend David Lamott is working on, and the chorus goes like this. Our lives hang by a thread, but you weave those threads together, they will make a rope that's strong enough to hold on to each other. If we all just pull a little, then maybe we'll just pull through. So as long as I am here, I'll be here for you. I love you, and I'll see you next week.